Hello, good afternoon. We start with breaking news. A man has been charged with the attempted murder of Slovakia's Prime Minister. The suspect, who's believed to be 71 years old, was described this lunchtime as a lone wolf who had previously taken part in anti-government protests. Well, coming up shortly, we're expecting a live update from the hospital on his condition. A short time ago, the Deputy Prime Minister revealed Robert Fico is still not out of the woods yet, following emergency surgery after the shooting yesterday. This was the update we just heard from Slovakia.
I'd like to inform you that the police is working with single version of this attack, that the assailant has been charged with premeditated murder in the stage of attempt. We are working with one version. This was politically motivated action. We had information at the Security Council that this was a lone wolf acting who was radicalized recently after the presidential election.
Well, we can talk to our Europe correspondent, Siobhan Robbins, who joins us now on the telephone. And Siobhan, enormously stressful for those in the government trying to work out the condition of Robert Fico. He's clearly not out of the woods yet, in their own words.
Yes, that's right. When we heard from those ministers just now giving us the latest update, they were very keen to underline that he really is still in quite a critical condition. This morning we were told by the Deputy Prime Minister that he was serious but stable, but very severe injuries, and it's because of the complexity of those injuries that his condition is so serious. We understand that when he was shot yesterday, that 5 shots were actually fired. He was then meant to go to Bratislava, to the capital, to have emergency surgery, but because it was deemed as too far, too dangerous, they brought him much closer to this smaller hospital, where we're then told that surgeons worked on him for 5 hours, and it was actually 2 teams of surgeons that worked on him, both of them trying to save his life. Now, we know that he did make it through the night, that he is now in this serious but stable condition. But while he is still being treated in the intensive care unit, his ministers and the government are trying to do whatever they can to heal what is clearly quite a huge rift which has developed within Slovakian society. And so today we've seen several news conferences from both the president-elect, from Deputy Prime Minister, from the Interior Minister, and all of them seem to have the same message, which is whatever side of the political divide that you are on, everyone needs to calm down. One minister even saying we can't allow Slovakia to descend into civil war because people have a difference of opinion. They say that it isn't okay, understandably isn't okay, that if you have a difference of opinion, you can't then go and demonstrate that by shooting people. And they are very shocked. This is the first time that there's been an assassination attempt or a leader has been shot in Europe for more than 20 years. So it has absolutely sent shockwaves, not only through Slovakia, but through European society as a whole. And we've heard a little bit more about the person who they had detained at the scene. We saw yesterday images from the scene showing that someone was detained, a man, local media saying that this is a 71-year-old man, a former security guard who held his weapon legally, had a gun license. But we've heard from ministers today that he has now been charged with attempted murder, and they said that they believe that the assassination attempt was carried out because the suspect listed government policies on prosecution and media as reasons for the attack. That coming from the Slovakian Interior Minister in a news conference a little while ago. So I think that really underlines how serious the divisions within the society here have become.
And Siobhan, in terms of how serious it is, what is the background of this political instability in Slovakia?
So a lot of the recent background stems both from the election last year, and then there's been recent presidential elections. So as we often see in periods of political campaigning, there's been bitter fighting. But Robert Fico himself is quite a divisive figure. So he recently was campaigning on a more pro-Russian, anti-American stance. That has concerned lots of younger people in particular, while his support base is often with older people. Younger people have been extremely concerned that Slovakia could be moving away from the democracy that they value so highly and more towards Russia, for example. So people have been out on the streets rallying. There are also concerns that media freedoms, opposition claim media freedoms are being eroded, and also that the judiciary is being interfered with. So all of these issues are helping to fuel concern and protest. And then obviously you've got the backdrop of the political campaigns. And then, of course, in 3 weeks from now, we have the European elections as well. So more campaigning, more opportunity for sort of strong, divisive messaging to be pushed out into the public domain. It was interesting, actually. One of the ministers yesterday said that he partly blamed things being said on social media for the attack. So clearly the divisions within society are boiling over to such a point that people are really getting stuck in their corners. And now it seems that a lone wolf has taken it one step further and tried to assassinate someone allegedly whose political opinion he doesn't agree with.
Siobhan, thanks very much for that for now. We think this press conference that we're seeing the microphones for on the left is possibly delayed for about another 10 minutes or so. So we will let Siobhan go and we will return to this and bring it to you live as it happens. Siobhan, thanks a lot for now.